Good evening and welcome to Certain Point of View Live, our premiere broadcast coming to you from lovely Mos Eisley on Tatooine. And looks like a pretty good day. We decided to come to Tatooine because lots of great adventures start on Tatooine. Chad pointed out only one great adventure started on Tatooine, but it is the great adventure.
Yes.
Yeah. The
So
only one that matters.
it is. Oh, Coco, thank you so much for the host.
Thanks, Coco.
Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, this is kind of awkward and weird.
So yeah, it's been a while. For a couple of us, we got Chad here. We're gonna bring you all things geek. We got Star Wars talk. We're gonna talk some movies. We're gonna talk some games. We're gonna have a different format on both Wednesdays and Saturdays. Some topics are gonna stay the same, while others are gonna kind of switch it up. They might even change from week to week because we might have a focus point. We might want to try to do an interview, or whatever else we kind of see fit. We're also going to try to eventually get. Oops, mute that.
Should I just scoot closer a little bit?
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
A little off the screen.
a little off screen.
Yeah.
Don't be shy. And what we're also going to be doing at the end of each episode is trying to incorporate a little bit of a game. With the Revlo points, you're going to actually be able to bet on these games as well. So make sure you have Revlo up to start earning those viewpoints. We haven't put much on that page yet, but we're thinking of doing a contest of the month where you can put in entries and then you can actually guest host on an episode via Skype. Is one of our main ones. Since we're going to be doing recommendations and reviews and other things, one other thing that we want to try is where you can submit that also with Revlo points. Either a good movie or a horrible movie. Depends on if you want to treat us or torture us. That's completely up to you.
Mhm.
So other people are here. They can talk.
Yeah. No, I think you pretty much covered everything. Yeah, so the purpose of this new channel is to kind of talk about geeky news and stuff. Pretty much what you already said. Some of you guys might know us from another channel that we used to be a part of. But due to some differences of direction and differences of opinion, we kind of decided to not do that stream anymore. But you're probably going to see some things similar here to what we used to do there. We're going to talk about gaming news. We're going to talk about Star Wars stuff. We're going to talk about movie and TV news, but we also kind of want to do things differently this time around. So like you were saying, we've got tonight we're going to play Geek Out at the end of the stream.
Look at that.
It's not
a
showing
ghost.
us.
Oh.
So we're
Geek
going to
out.
play that at the end of the stream. And like you said, we're going to have a contest set up through Revlo.
Can you see through the cards?
Looks like the cards are see-through too.
Look at that. Cool.
Oh,
To the face. Welcome.
Thanks for the follow.
Go.
Very good.
But yeah, when we play Geek Out, we're gonna have a contest towards the end of the stream. So if you want to follow us on Revlo, there's actually a link to it in our Twitch panels. So if you just go there and click on it, you can follow us on there and play that contest later. But yeah, no, we're just here to have fun and talk about nerdy stuff. So
Indeed.
Mhm.
All right.
do we introduce ourselves?
Yeah.
I can't remember if we did or not.
No, I've been
Well-
kind of
Yeah.
I'm Jason.
Chad.
Chad.
And do we want to go into it?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So we're gonna do Star Wars talk.
Star Wars talk.
Star Wars talk. All right. Let me get my notes up. So yes, Star Wars does get its hope.
Thanks for the host.
Oh, thank you,
Thanks
host.
for the
Better
host, Better
Bros.
Thank you.
So those that know me, this is why I need my own topic for Star Wars.
Well, actually, I guess for
Yeah.
for everybody who doesn't know, you can maybe give the backstory about what Certain Point of View is and was before we did it this way.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was always kind of, from Obi-Wan telling that he told Luke the truth from a certain point of view, which has been made fun of in Robot Chicken and other things, and just felt that it worked really well as a name. So I've actually had the name of this for a production. whether I was to do movies or whatever. Then for a while, I decided just to focus on Star Wars. And
That screen is going to be so distracting.
yeah,
That's great. It's great.
we're at Mos Eisley, so we will be changing locations. We just wanted to start off on a great adventure from Tatooine.
Yeah, so other person is Chad. That's who other person is.
This is other person Chad.
Chad, yeah. Or other person, whichever works.
Yeah, you
It's
could
great.
go. You could go by other person.
Yeah.
Like we can call you
I
that.
could be that other person. That other guy. That works.
The other guy.
Mm.
But yeah, I've huge passion for Star Wars. You're talking since the age of 2. Parents took me to the drive-in to see it. Came back saying Dar Ader. One of my first words was Dar Ader.
Darth Vader.
Dar Ader. And yeah, that's kind of how my story began for Star Wars.
Yeah, and then as far as certain point of view goes, you actually started this as a YouTube channel
Yep.
last year. I think was it last year?
Mhm.
And you were making like different Star Wars videos and news,
Right.
like leading up to Force Awakens.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we're still going to do a lot of that stuff on this show leading up to Rogue One,
Oh yes.
and probably leading up to everything else, since there's going to be a billion movies coming.
Yeah.
going.
They got a lot planned. That's for
Yes. What
Yeah.
a glorious time.
Mhm.
So speaking of Rogue One, we are now at, depending on if you look at midnight or the timing,
I just realized.
100
hold on.
days, 99 days.
I'm interrupting you.
Oh yeah.
It's just like with Geek Out. It's showing up weird in like.
What?
kinda
So you're like drinking like
so
air?
It's like drinking nothing. It's really weird. Anyway.
Okay, that is.
You're just drinking water. It's all
That's
good.
creepy.
Anyway.
Okay, no,
go
I know
for it.
that is distracting. I love Coco's emotes.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet.
So yeah, the other thing that we want to do is really try to keep focused on the chat. We want your input on everything that we're talking about. So we're going to give more time throughout the broadcast. So if you have comments on a particular topic, please chime in so we can incorporate your responses into the show.
Yeah, we set it up to where we have like all of your chat on like a monitor off to the side, so that way we can all see it. Because before it used to just be that we only had one person who's able to see it, but now we can all see it at the same time. So makes things a little bit easier. Although I'm gonna have to move it a little next time.
Yeah,
Funny.
yeah, we can move that whole
Yeah.
thing over a little bit.
But anyway,
And
we
Yeah.
have for Star Wars talk.
yeah. So where I wanted to start with is with Rogue One, 99, 100 days, depending on what you say. We got an important prequel novel coming out to it called Star Wars Catalyst. And they did release the official synopsis a few days ago. So I wanted to read that to us.
So it's a prequel to Rogue One.
It is, yeah. War is tearing the galaxy apart. For years, the Republic and the Separatists have battled across the stars, each building more and more deadly technology in an attempt to win the war. As a member of Chancellor Palpatine's top-secret Death Star project, Orson Krennic is determined to develop a superweapon before the enemies can. And an old friend of Krennic's, the brilliant scientist Galen Erso, could be the key. Galen's energy-focused research has captured the attention of both Krennic and his foes, making the scientist a crucial pawn in the galactic conflict. But after Krennic rescues Galen and his wife Lyra and their young daughter Jyn from the Separatist kidnappers, the Erso family is deeply in Krennic's debt. Krennic then offers Galen an extraordinary opportunity to continue his scientific studies with every resource put utterly at his disposal. While Galen and Lyra believe that his energy research will be used purely in altruistic ways, Krennic has other plans that will finally make his Death Star a reality. Trapped to their benefactor's tightening grasp, The Ersos must untangle Krennic's web of deception and save themselves and the galaxy itself.
That is the longest synopsis that I've ever heard.
Wow,
in my
I know.
entire life.
I'm like, is this thing gonna end?
Usually when you hear about like a synopsis for a book or a movie or something, it's like just a paragraph.
Well, that's the back cover, or
Holy
the
shit.
flap,
That's a back
Yeah.
cover?
or the inner flap. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's front
Like-
and the back cover.
God, that's an insane amount of text for a back cover or even the inside flap. Like, that's kind of crazy. It sounds like a cool story, though.
Yes, Coco, I've been trying to keep up on the new books. There are some really good ones and some that are really important that are giving insights, and I will be discussing those on a light level because I don't want to spoil them, but I'll say why this one's particular and important without going into too much detail.
Yeah.
So this one in particular, right, for those trying to get the names, Krennic is the guy that's in the previews. He's in the white with the cape. He's the director. And then Galen, who wasn't actually shown in it, is the father of Jyn, the main character in the new one. So it's almost like she's having to go in to fix her father's mistake, is essentially what Rogue One's going to be.
Yeah.
Because he thought he just had this use of, creating unlimited power with kyber crystals and things, and that's not the case.
So when does this one come out?
So that one is out I think it's beginning of November 15th.
Oh, so like right before the movie then?
Well, we got a month.
Yeah.
Right. So you got a month to read it.
Well, I'm a slow reader, so right before the movie then for me.
Which one did you read, Coco?
Yeah, I still need to... I've been reading some of them. I've only read like 2 or 3 of the new... or of the books that are a part of the actual new
canon.
now.
Yeah.
And I started reading Aftermath,
Yes.
but didn't get very far into it.
Now that it was disappointing at the time because it's like the first post-Return of the Jedi novel, I was hoping for Han, Leia, Luke.
Mhm.
So when it wasn't, it was disappointing.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. It's a decent start novel, especially the second chapter really kicks it off.
Well, the thing about that one is it's like there's like so many different stories going on at once in that book.
Yes.
And it kind of jumps around quite a bit too.
Well, and then there's even these little weird interludes that are
Completely random.
left field. Yeah.
But like the interludes are nice, and I almost kind of wish the entire book was those interludes, just like little pieces like that.
You're the raisin.
Jason the Raisin?
Heard it through the grapevine?
I'm not sure. The
So-
other dude. Your nickname's way better than mine. I wish I was the other dude.
Wait, so is this book actually going to tell a little more maybe about, how we were talking about the guy who was sent to guard that spot?
No, this is...
Or is this
that-
still...
That was more like in the Aftermath novels. I don't think this is going to talk about...
It's more directly just towards...
For Rogue One.
Okay.
Yeah, because Rogue One is not going to... It ties into the classic trilogy, but it's really not going to touch the sequel trilogy. This, however, if you read, from what I was reading, the thing with the Separatists and everything, it's dead in the middle of the Clone Wars.
Mhm.
So this is very much a prequel to Rogue One gap filler, is what they're doing there.
After Revenge of the Sith? Or...
It's
during the Clone Wars.
it's like Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the
Okay.
Sith. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, that sounds cool.
Yep. Another one that's more immediately coming out is Ahsoka, and that comes out on October 11th. And the funny thing is they have not released the synopsis for that one.
But it comes out in like
Yeah.
less than a month.
We know that it does take place after Order 66, so I think we kind of find out how she survived that. I mean, we know she survived because of Rebels.
Yeah, she's in Rebels.
But she ended up becoming such an important character. Those that are not following the wider spectrum, she was introduced in Clone Wars as Anakin's Padawan. Everyone at first is like, what the hell is going on? Why are you doing this? Anakin never had a Padawan. And then by the end of the series, she became one of the most beloved characters. And when she ended up exiting Jedi Order and things, people are upset. It's like, wait, no, we need more Ahsoka. And it was, first everyone was damning Lucasfilm for doing it, but she caught everyone's hearts.
It's kind of a trend though with with Lucasfilm in general. You know.
Yeah, well, because they look at the big long picture, right? And sometimes it's hard, and it was even for myself. I'm like, okay, I'll roll with that. It's kind of weird that they never talked about this, but let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, it's all a matter of context and how they work it into the overall story. And if it fits, it fits. I mean, I don't think they would write it or come up with it if it was like a glare. If it was going to be sticking out, like.
So we got a stream problem.
If anybody else is having issues with the stream, let us know.
And to the face, have you been streaming other stuff just fine today?
Oh, that could be it then. If it's
yeah, bandwidth.
Them. But I know what book Coco's talking about.
I actually haven't read that one either yet. It's kind of got the short stories for each of them.
Yeah, that was the one. I think it came out right after Force Awakens came out. But I know it's like red, black, and white covers to it.
Yes.
But yeah, I know what she's talking about. I just don't know what the name of it is.
And then lastly, kind of a bridge one that I just found really interesting is the fact someone posted a page of markings on Twitter back from 1984 to Mr. Steven Spielberg. I said Mr. because I'm reading it right now. It was to him talking about the draft of Back to the Future and the fact that they wanted to remove the joke of I'm Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan. They wanted to change it to Spaceman from Pluto. They felt that it made it too much of a genre film and that it could stand on its own, and they felt like it would be a cheap joke and blah, blah, blah. Also, they didn't like the name of Back to the Future either. Obviously, Spielberg didn't listen to either of those things, but it's really neat to kind of, and I'll post this on our Facebook page, just to kind of being able to see an inside note on, okay, on this page, change this wording to this wording, etc. And it was really, really interesting.
I guess. Thanks to the face. Apparently, I look like a raisin. I don't really know how to take that.
The handsomest damn raisin in the world.
Should that? Oh, thank you. Who's actually? Which one of you guys is chatting?
It's AJ.
It's AJ.
Yeah.
AJ's
So I think Holter's still at work.
Oh yeah, he probably is still working. Well, thanks, AJ. You're quite handsome yourself. Apparently, I'm a raisin. But
you heard it through the grapevine.
What are you gonna do?
All right.
I do prefer
So
the other dude now.
I can't. The other dude.
Yeah, out of all the. Well, it's Dan the Man, the other dude, and I get raisin.
And the raisin.
All right.
All right. So, oh no. See, Coco, you get the love from Coco. There you go.
Well, thanks.
All right. Not Kevin. What's our? I can't remember which one we transitioned to from here. Were we? Gaming news.
Gaming news.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, so now we're going to talk about gaming news. There was quite a bit of stuff that happened today.
Rad Chad.
Rad Chad? I like Chad the Sad, actually. Chad the Sad is pretty good.
Yeah, I could just cry from now on the whole stream.
I can't do this.
But yeah, we've got a couple topics here from gaming news today. One of them is a big one because of the PlayStation event that happened earlier today, so we're definitely going to talk about all that stuff. But the first one that I have on the list here is actually from Chad the Sad is rad. The first one that I have on the list is actually from Apple's keynote event this morning when they kind of announced their new the iPhone 7 and like all that other stuff. But one of the more interesting things in the gaming world that came out of that was that Nintendo today actually announced that they are going to make their first ever Nintendo title Mario game for iOS devices, and it's going to be called Super Mario Run. And apparently, it's an endless runner. So it's going to be an endless runner, and from the way they described it, it has 3 different game modes. One of them is just kind of running through levels and collecting coins. The other one is called Toad Rally, and I guess you're competing against other players, but you're also still running through levels and collecting coins. And then the last one they said is going to be some type of level editor or level builder, so you can create your own courses. But they didn't really say like how much detail they're going into with that. But the interesting thing about it is that this is and they said it's going to be a free application, but it's you can try it for free, but it's going to have in-app purchases, and I think that it is ultimately going to cost some money in order to play it. But it comes out this December. And what is going on?
Cough, nerd, cough.
Oh man. But it's really interesting because this is it's really interesting because this is the first major Nintendo property that's going to be on a different device other than a Nintendo device. So this is the first time we're going to see Mario outside of a Nintendo property, outside of their systems, handhelds, whatever. So this is kind of interesting, especially with, what's going to be happening going forward with NX, trying to figure out like where their headspace is with that system, because we still don't really know a whole lot about that and, what the grand scheme of things is going to look there. But not only that, is just like, this seems like it's going to be the first stepping stone in order to get Nintendo on more pieces of hardware.
Because, yeah, they've talked about it off and on in the past, and it was like one of those things, is it ever going to happen? And
well, yeah, because they've had so many issues lately with their hardware, where Wii was really cool, but then once the initial awesome, there's just lots of once the initial once people mostly bought the Wii because they wanted to play stuff like Wii Sports, and then once the initial I guess the initial fun wave of playing the Wii for a little while, playing Wii Sports, then it just sat on the shelf and people didn't use it or play it anymore. And then they totally mismarketed the Wii U, and people had no idea what that was. They thought it was an add-on. They thought it was an accessory for the original Wii, and didn't have any third-party support. So that system didn't sell very well at all. Baby. Thanks for the host.
Thank you for the host.
Thank you.
But this seems like the first stepping stone into seeing Nintendo outside of the hardware business. And it has me thinking, well, if they're just kind of testing the waters here to see what it would be like if they were kind of just a full software company, which at the same time, it kind of makes me a little less excited for the NX, because if they're starting now to put their properties out there,
I think it's more just branching out. I don't think it's going to be a replacement.
I don't think it's going to be a replacement, but it just has me worried that the NX isn't going to be what I want it to be. It's still going to be a system where they're kind of taking too many risks with it, and it's not going to hit the core gamer in me.
Yeah, they're going to take risks. That's all they do now.
Yeah, that's what they've always done.
But I mean, the runner thing is a little. I don't know. I've never been able to really get into those runners, but I even know one of the Mario titles on 3DS, that was essentially the main purpose, was just to run through the level and collect coins. And it looked graphically about the same as the newer Mario.
The new game, it looks really nice, and they didn't really show much of it, but the screenshots that I saw were really cool, and it looks like a Nintendo game for sure. I'm just it's exciting to see them branching out, and we're going to see Nintendo properties and Nintendo software on other platforms. But in the back of my mind, it's just I don't know what they're doing with NX, and they're still being so quiet on it, and I don't know what this means. I don't know how to interpret this yet. Hopefully, all this is them just trying to make some extra money, putting things on other platforms, and it doesn't mean that they're taking a huge risk and gamble with the NX, and this is their way to save face in case it backfires or something like that.
I was actually talking about this with somebody the other day about how Sega, when they transferred from making systems to just games, it changed everything. They were much better off just making games. And kind of at this point, it's kind of hard to say with Nintendo especially.
Yeah, because it's the first one that they're doing,
Yeah, and I mean, their systems are going a little downhill. It's mostly nostalgia that people continue to play them for.
In their first-party games like Smash Bros. And stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm kind of pumped to see how they're going to take this a little farther.
Yeah.
Trash the. I mean, and then they're doing Metroid wrong. They have that. What is that? Metroid Alpha or whatever. That's not even really a Metroid game, but using the Metroid brand.
Oh.
The new 3DS game.
What is it? Metroid. It's something. What is it? Some hunter thing? I don't know. I'll look it up. But I know exactly what you're talking about. I agree with you too, Trash. I wish that they would come back and make an actual legit Metroid game. You know, what is it? Federation Force or something? Is that what it's called?
I think that's right.
Yeah, the game looks like garbage, but I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with that series. We'll just have to wait and see until NX comes out. Hopefully, NX is the return to form that everybody's been wanting from Nintendo. And like the new Zelda game looks amazing, so
there's hope.
There's hope that things are going to be, because I'm still a diehard Nintendo fan. I think I always will be, regardless of the crap that they do with their systems. But it's just, where's Nintendo going to be in the next 10 years if they don't? If they don't get it right with the NX, they might be making more games for iOS. So
Kirby would be great for mobile.
Yeah, Kirby would be cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities. Kirby, who's Kirby? He's the little pig fluff thing.
Yeah, he's the guy who sucks things.
Yeah.
He sucks things and then he gets the powers from them. Take that as you will.
I wish I had my soundboard ready. Phrasing! Welcome, Truth, Just, Victory.
Thanks for the follow.
Welcome. I'll read what it says there.
Okay, so the next one is actually, so earlier this week, or was it last week? I can't quite remember. I think it might have been early this week. The new trailer was released for the Friday the 13th video game. And it was actually a really interesting, unique trailer. If you guys haven't seen it, you should definitely go check it out. Basically, the entire trailer was one giant kill montage where it was Jason Voorhees and he was just murdering brutally murdering people in some of the more vicious and ridiculous ways, in pretty similar ways and manners that he does in the actual movies.
Yeah.
I thought the trailer was pretty awesome, but Dan had some issues with it, so I'm really curious what you wanted to thought about it.
So at first I'm like, oh, that's so cool, you know, for the first time you play as Jason. Then I started watching this trailer. I'm like, I think I just found a line that I cannot cross, because, I mean, in this case, right, they're just camp counselors. They're really not bad people. and how brutal those kills are. Just like the pickaxe, and then it's like stuck in the body, and it's like trying to yank it out, and it was crushing the just like, wow. It was like, I was fine. I think I was like, okay, that's kind of cool, kind of graphic. And then like he stabbed her from behind with a pitchfork, and just the realism of the motions and everything, it just started kind of giving me the heebie-jeebies of just like,
that's funny.
I don't know. But then I found out that there is more to the game. That's like an option. I don't know if it's going to be kind of like the one person's Jason and everyone else is trying to survive.
From what I understand, that's more what it is.
Yeah, because the survival sounds great. Like you can either work together trying to trick Jason, get out, or you can just be the puss and try to hide, and you know,
or you can get people killed and just like
nudge them forward.
Yeah.
You go over there.
It sounds like a unique concept for a game.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know if I could do the Jason part.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I guess
maybe the problem that you had with it was that it was like kill after kill after kill.
And just getting more and more brutal, and it's just.
My favorite one was when he grabbed the guy's head and he just squeezed it until it like popped.
Or the time he like did the. My favorite was the fireplace.
Oh, the fireplace is
good. But that one didn't work. It agitated me because he's holding his leg right next to the fire.
But he doesn't get on fire.
Yeah, they don't catch on fire.
It's Jason. Yeah.
So his pants are flame retardant?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
But the one where he cuts the guy in the head in the machete, and he's still like limping.
The arms, you mean?
No, like right in the head, and then he's still kind of like twitching on the ground because it didn't fully kill him, and like his brain nerves. Like, damn, dude, you guys are going a little too hardcore on realism, and that just feels weird to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just desensitized to it, just because I'm like huge into horror movies. And
no, but see, that's the thing. I love horror movies to death. I am right there with you. On screen, see, I don't have a problem watching them and like, oh shit, that person's going down. But when you're being the person doing it, I don't know. It might be a line for me.
Well, you might not be the person. It looked like those are probably like quick time event executions or like special executions that you get. I doubt that like you're going to be able to like stab them here and pull them back and stab them here. Like I don't think it's going to be that intricate.
You know, because like Mortal Kombat or whatever, it's fine. You're both fighters. You're meant to be.
It just looked like fatalities.
But this is to me. It's the poor. You know, it's like okay, if they were like always like making fun of them and being real mean or something. Maybe, I don't know. It's just, it's weird. I never thought I'd have that, especially liking horror movies.
Yeah.
Never having problem with violence in games. Well, other than the one time was that one Call of Duty where you shot everyone up in the airport.
Oh,
that was stupid.
Modern Warfare 2. Yeah.
So that was my other complaint outside of weird little games like Postal and stuff, like, hey, just kill everyone.
Well, what if you can hear the other players?
I don't know them. I need the motivation. Why is Jason killing these people? I know it's because they're having premarital sex and doing drugs. And he is the ultimate, he's the ultimate to stop that evil. I know that is the joking underscore premise of the films that they even made fun of in the later movies, but
yeah.
Well, maybe you can hear the other players that are playing as counselors.
Yeah.
So the whole time they're like, "Man, you suck. You can't get me." Then you're
yeah.
like, "Oh, those guys
you're
are
going down."
Yeah,
yeah.
see?
It's a bunch of those like little Xbox mouthy kids. Yeah, I'm all about it. It's like,
yeah, right.
Take them all out. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, AJ said that he liked the twitching because it was gross and nuts, and yeah, I agree
See,
too. Like it's realistic.
Like the machete down the throat, and the guy's like trying to get it out.
Yeah, no, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just desensitized to it because Manhunt is one of my favorite games. And that was a old Rockstar game from like the PS2 era where you basically you just have to. You're trying to survive, and there's just a bunch. I mean, they're bad people that you're killing.
See,
but
that's fine.
You kill them in really brutal ways.
That's fine.
Like really brutal ways.
They're bad people.
Really.
And when I saw those executions, that's the first thing I thought of. It's like, because in Manhunt, you just press one button and it triggers, and then he like strangles them or cuts them or does whatever to them. And I feel like that's what this is going to be. It just reminds me of like a Mortal Kombat fatality.
But maybe it was just because it was 2 minutes of just brutal.
I think it was because it was back to back to back. You know,
I was fine for a little while, and then just ooh.
Yeah, unless you have a serious mental issue, you probably can't watch like two minutes of people getting brutally murdered.
It's confirmed.
I'm a Mormon. I don't understand.
I'm not getting the connection. I find it funny, but I'm not getting the connection.
Oh no, Jason Voorhees. I get it. Confused.
Got it.
Yep, got it. Makes sense now. Sorry.
Oh, that Jason.
Yep,
yes.
that Jason.
Yes. Yeah, because in Jason X, the Jason Goes to Space, the most ridiculous of all of them, the funniest thing was the subtext to it is they take him out of cryo sleep, and he's just lying on a slab. But as soon as a couple starts having sex is when his body starts twitching, and he comes back to life. And then they have to create a hologram to try to distract him. And it's a couple teenage girls, and it's like, do you want some pot? Do you want to have premarital sex? We just love pot and premarital sex. And that makes them like just go ballistic and go after him. So it's just funny how they really show it.
Yeah. Cool.
In the same context, just Matt Damon instead of Jason. Jason Bourne. I didn't see the latest one.
I haven't seen the latest one either. Okay, so last one, moving on. We'll talk about the PlayStation event from today. So lots of announcements coming out of PlayStation. The first one, the one that had been leaked on the internet for the last like month, was that PlayStation Slim is a thing.
Wait,
PS4 Slim.
They're making a Slim?
Yeah, apparently they're making a Slim.
What?
But yeah, PlayStation 4 Slim is a thing. But it's not being called PlayStation 4 Slim. It's just being called PlayStation 4 because they are discontinuing the current run of PlayStation 4s. And it's now going to be the PlayStation Slim. The design of that system is now taking the place of the PS4. But basically, it's the way Sony's marketed it is that hardware-wise, it's basically identical. It's just slimmer and more energy efficient. But the cool thing is that the price point, it's $299, and that's going to be available here in next week, September 15th. Now, the news that everybody was waiting for, all these rumors about what the deal with PlayStation Neo was, have officially come out today. PlayStation Neo is called PlayStation 4 Pro. And basically, they didn't give any specifics on the hardware, or they hadn't released it at the time that I put these notes together, which was during the stream, so they might have posted it online by now. But basically, the way they described it was that it had a boosted CPU clock rate, a 1 terabyte hard drive, and double the GPU power from the original model of the system. Now, they also, the big thing about the PlayStation PlayStation 4 Pro, is that it's designed with 4K in mind. So it's optimized for 4K TVs, and there's HDR, high dynamic range, for better lighting and effects and things like that in games. But the funny thing about it was that even though it's designed for 4K TVs, it does not have a 4K native disk drive in the system.
I was, during the conference, like, awesome, I'm picking one up. And then I read afterwards, it's like, oh, by the way, it's not going to have the Ultra 4K Blu-ray capability.
Mm-hmm.
What?
So
what's the point of this?
Interestingly enough, the Xbox One S has one of those, and
right,
it's just a slim model of the Xbox One. But their PlayStation 4 Pro, which is designed for 4K, doesn't have one of those drives. So a really weird move. But they announced the price point and the release date for that too. It's going to be $399, and it comes out November 10th. And the other cool thing that they announced was that the high dynamic range, the HDR, is actually going to be updated on all the current PlayStation 4s as well, and it's going to be released in a firmware update. Yep. I think they said before the release of the PlayStation 4 Pro.
Yeah. So.
So there's a lot to unpack there. I mean, mostly it's just, it's a more powerful PS4, which is what everybody was expecting it to be. The real interesting and weird aspect of it is the fact that it doesn't have that disk drive in it, which
It's PlayStation amateur.
Yeah. Because I was all gung ho, and the funny thing is, a while back, one thing that you did mention at one point is saying that a bad promotion point of Neo would to say how much better VR is going to work on it. Mm-hmm. And they specifically said that.
They did.
I was just like, damn. And then he kind of backtracks, like, but we're happy with the performance of it on the PlayStation 4.
Well, I think he opened with that. He said, we're happy with the performance that we got out of it here, but it's going to be better on PlayStation.
Better frame rates and blah, 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 and just...
Which
we expected.
You'd have to be kind of dumb to not think it's going to be better on the more powerful system. So, obviously. But at the same time, I did the whole... did you guys watch the stream?
I watched most of it. I kind of tuned out when they were doing their little video demos because they ain't going to do crap for me on how I was watching it anyway.
Well, yeah, watching it. I mean, I was watching it through IGN stream of it, and it was really shitty buffering, and it did not look good at all. It's like, cool, this looks worse than my current PS4, but that's because of the internet. But no, I didn't think their delivery was bad. I just feel like it's such a weird transition. We're in a weird place with gaming consoles right now.
But I mean, because didn't Xbox, was it on the first generation or the second generation, they had a Plus or something one, right? Because they eventually included the Wi-Fi and something else.
Yeah, well, they came out with the Xbox 360. They came out with one that was, what was it called? The Elite. Xbox 360 Elite, which it had a bigger hard drive, and I think they thought it had fixed the issues with Red Ring. Mm. And then eventually they came out with just a new Xbox 360 and then a 360 Slim. Or it might have been 360 Slim and then another one to match the way the Xbox One was supposed to look, because they re-released it again. There's so many different Xbox 360s, but the Elite didn't have any different hardware in it. It was
I know this is another step of the evolution, but I mean they're nailing it. Since this came out, right? 4K just took off like a freaking rocket. Mm-hmm. I mean, it really did. And the prices have already come down so fast. And now they're doing the HDR stuff down your throat. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like, well, do I have to really wait for PlayStation 5 to get these specs? No, if you pay the cost of the original, you'll get it. I just don't get the stupid thing about the disc. That is the only thing that lost me on it.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb. That is one of the dumber aspects of it, is why they wouldn't put the disc drive in there. But for me, there was nothing, as somebody who's a current PlayStation 4 owner, there was nothing during that press conference that made me say I need to run out and buy this. Nothing. I don't currently own a 4K TV, so there's nothing that this system's going to do that's going to, that's going to do anything beneficial for me, other than make my games run a little bit better, look marginally better. But it just in watching the press conference, the audience reactions to, and I don't know what the audience was consistent of. It's, totally different environment than E3, I'm sure.
Yes.
This was probably just more press and things like that. But at E3, when Sony has their shows and they show off games and stuff, and they talk about hardware, they usually get lots of reaction from crowds. And this, even when they announced the price point of it being $399, which I was actually expecting it to be a little more expensive than that if it was supposed to have, if it's going to have much better hardware. Still not much of a reaction from anybody.
So Trash feels it's because they're going to try to focus on the streaming aspect, which, yes, that still kind of is the future, right, of more digital downloads, and that's getting more and more popular. But don't you, to do that, you have to have the bandwidth.
Yeah,
that's the other problem.
How much is that going to cost you to have internet to do that?
Unless you're in a huge city that's got like the Google Fiber and stuff, a lot of this is going to be missed. I can't. I have a 4K TV, but I can't stream no 4K content.
Yeah, not around here.
No, God, no.
Unless you want to go over your data cap, but like,
I'm in a I'm for the most part Trash. I'm kind of in the middle. I've accepted buying virtual in certain aspects, but yeah, for certain things, I do still like having the physical media, especially on things that I want to lend out to people and go, you got to check this out type of a thing.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it just like, and I'm a huge Sony fanboy. I mean, I play all systems, but when it comes to consoles, PlayStation is my go-to console. But there was nothing about this announcement that just like, I need to run out and buy this. And I think it's just because I think we're in that transitional period where they're not sure what to call this. They're like, well, it's a better system, but it's still part of the PlayStation 4 ecosystem, even though it's going to have much better hardware without seeing specs. That's what they say. I still stand by the fact that I almost wish that they would have just 5-year console cycle and just PlayStation 5, and here you go, much better specs, 4K ready, HDR, all this stuff, and just release that, within, I don't know, I guess it's been out for 3 years, so like 2 years from now. And especially with Scorpio, with them Microsoft announcing that Scorpio is going to have like this insane hardware, going to be the most powerful console ever. If it's going to be much more powerful than this, then how long until Sony has to come back out with another system? So it's just kind of a weird announcement. Not really what I was expecting. I've never been excited for the whole Neo thing to begin with, but I don't know. It just didn't strike me very well.
What about you, Chad? Any thoughts?
No, I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous. You get one system and then there's like 30 iterations of it before the next console comes out. It's like, how many different people out there do you think need this many different systems? Like,
I mean, they were saying it is for the pro gamer and stuff. It's not going to be forever. It is.
Yeah.
And I honestly, because I have 4K and stuff, I was on it, ready to do it. Not maybe right out the bat, but maybe first quarter next year. But without the disc player, I'm like,
yeah, there's not really much of a point, and it's kind of a weird decision. But we'll just have to wait and see. I'm really interested to see how well the system sells when they release it in November. Like if it's gonna have if people are gonna rush out and buy it like they did the PS4, because PS4 is still the #1 console right now.
Or if they're just gonna return it once they find out it doesn't have the player in there.
Well, yeah, a lot of people are gonna buy it and not realize that.
They're like, I didn't know that.
Everyone needs all systems. Must have all the systems.
Yeah.
What'd be funny is like you got the Slim, the regular, and then the Pro, because the Pro is like a triple layer. So
yeah, I thought the design of it was kind of funny too. It's just like, hey, it's a new PS4, and we just stacked
add another.
We cut one in half and put it on top, and here's your PS4.
It's like a layer cake.
Yeah. So then in 2 years, they're just gonna keep stacking it. It's gonna be like, you remember back in the day, like when the Genesis had all those attachments that you could put in it, and just like have like a toilet thing on the top, and just like different spots to put your cartridges. That's just kind of what it reminds me of, just a modern version of that.
PS4 does what PS4 don't.
Basically, but in a way not really, because it looks like it's all still pretty much the same. But
I mean, they're cool about even kind of going backwards a little bit, and because that shows that it's allowing developers that were designing some of this stuff especially for computers that could go at a higher graphics capability. They're like, shoot, now we can turn all the filters on. Here you go.
Yeah, and that's, in a nutshell, that's what this is. It's just like, you have the regular PS4, you're playing your games on high. You get the PS4 Pro, you're playing them on Ultra. So it's like, it really is for the elitist console gamer. But but the thing about that too is like, if you're a graphics elitist, you're probably a PC gamer already. So like, it
True.
doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah. But
eh.
then you're buying $600-700 graphics card.
And this was the other interesting thing too, is that it's a $400 system, but I found it really interesting that they're dropping 3 new really expensive pieces of hardware all within a couple months of each other. You've got PlayStation VR, which was announced at $400, PlayStation 4 Pro, which is announced at $400, and the PS4 Slim, it's $299. So like all with it, like it's really weird.
Yeah, but the Slim is definitely for, like they say, the ones that haven't adopted yet.
Yeah. But if you're
try to get them in there,
and that's the thing, is like if you haven't adopted by now, you might as well just buy the PS4 Pro, because it's better than the current one.
But people go $100. I want to save $100.
Yeah,
and that shows the difference in money saving versus, because the ones that want to save the $100 probably don't have a 4K TV.
That's true.
Because they go, I wanted to save $100 and I don't need the extra pixels.
But if it's got better performance with VR. If you're a VR gamer, you might want to go for
layaway at Walmart.
Yeah.
Chad is sad. Chad, should we talk about movies?
People are made of money.
Yeah, we're done.
I think so.
Yeah, we're done with gaming stuff. We can move on to movie talk.
Right.
Movie talk. Chad, sad Chad talking about the movie.
Sad Chad.
Look, that ain't sticking. You stop.
If Jason the Raisin has to say, then Sad Chad is totally safe. I don't understand it.
It's great. It's good.
I don't get it.
Well, I did have
to. Do I look like a raisin?
Whatever, I remember what it is.
Well, yeah.
We got to get you like the orange sunglasses like the California Raisins have. And the big white gloves.
That'd be a funny stream.
I swear.
Halloween's coming up next month.
That's true. Well, I guess I have to dress up like a raisin now. Thanks, Two-Face. Raisin for a Halloween stream.
Have you noticed these people haven't moved very much back here?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're really interested or...
It's almost like it's a still image. Almost.
Oh.
Not quite.
Yeah, that smoke really hasn't gone away either. I don't...
Still before Jason gets paid.
It's the gravitational pull
of
Tatooine is why.
Things are slower?
Yeah, real slow.
Okay.
So what movie stuff?
So yeah, I mean, first off, I wanted to talk about the new Black Panther film that they're talking about, how it's going to be a lot darker than all the Marvel films we're used to so far. It's going to be a little closer to DC films, how they've been a lot darker, a lot grittier.
Well,
is that a good thing?
I hope that...
but not as crappy.
Yeah.
They actually said that, Don.
Well, it's like that's, we can just throw this in as a little, how Stan Lee was joking. It's like, I'm willing to do cameos in other movies if DC wants my help, which they need.
He's like, they could use me.
They could use me.
Yeah, funny Stan Lee. He's earned those shit talking rights though.
But okay, so what would we say is the darkest?
The darkest Marvel film so far?
Yeah.
Iron Man 2, maybe?
No, that movie's not dark.
The villain of him it's a lot darker than most of the villains that we've had, and that kind of darkens movie.
He gets kind of pushed to the side by the end of that movie, though. And
it goes to what the other guy?
Yeah, I can't think of the dude, but the businessman, whatever his name was. The darkest Marvel film, I'd probably say
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, yeah.
Winter Soldier.
Either Winter Soldier or
Civil War. Yeah. It's kind of a toss-up. I think there was less humor in Winter Soldier, so it's probably the one that they played the straightest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we'd say darkest.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Winter Soldier's probably the straightest that they've ever played those movies. I'd say darkest is Civil War.
Right.
Especially, spoilers, the last half of that movie.
Yeah.
With the fight between Cap and
the reasoning behind the fight and everything. So, yeah, and the fight, Black Panther was in it. He wasn't really dark in it.
No,
his stuff. Yes, it was kind of revengeful. So you kind of see that vengeful side of him.
Yeah, his whole plot was based around vengeance, and interesting character. But I'm excited to see this one, but I don't really know what they mean by making it darker.
AJ still hasn't seen Civil War.
You haven't seen Civil War?
Man, I just watched it again last night.
Did it come out on Blu-ray yet?
No,
it's on digital though.
Digital,
yeah, I think Blu-ray comes out next week or the week after.
Yeah,
I think
13th.
it's next week. Yeah. You need to watch Civil War.
And Doctor Strange, yep, just around the corner.
I'm surprised that
Yeah,
we
I
aren't
know.
hearing that Doctor Strange is going to be the darkest Marvel film.
It doesn't look like it's going to be, though.
Well, they did. They just said they got Dan Harmon from
Yeah.
Rick and Morty and Community to come on and kind of do add more levity to the movie. I guess is what or rewrites to make it a little more jokey. Because maybe Doctor Strange wasn't going to be super dark, but maybe it was going to be kind of like Winter Soldier, where it's one of those that's playing it more straight the whole time. But yeah, I wonder what they're going to do with Black Panther. They haven't really said much about the plot or anything.
No.
It seems like it's mostly like if you go off of his character in Civil War, like he's a very serious, like straightforward. This is what I'm gonna do. Like no joking at all.
Yeah, no nonsense.
And so yeah, I mean that's probably what they mean because his character is not that funny of a character.
He's not going to mess around. Yeah, and that's true. Yeah, unless they bring in like a sidekick or something, he's just going to go, "You're doing this. I'm going to screw you up. I'm going to mess you up, man." And do it.
Yeah, they'd have to. I can't see them going all the way like that. Like they would have to have some sort of side character in there that's kind of more the comic relief or something like that.
Oh, I'm sure they're gonna still throw in something that's funny.
Doctor Strange, has a little bit of that Batman Begins thing, but then it like becomes like the Inception thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're taking all these movies and putting it into one thing. Hey, long-time viewer, first-time commenter.
Thanks for joining the stream.
Yeah. What's Teach Me the Crap reminded me of Bruce.
Yeah, it kind of is like when he goes to Raz or Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
Like I'm super stoked for that movie too. I'm probably more stoked for that than Black Panther just because it comes out sooner. I mean, what's the release date for that? Isn't it November?
November.
Yeah. So, and that was the other interesting thing about the news about the rewrites was that the movie comes out so soon. Like,
well, I think it's that stuff had already happened, and they're just now releasing that. And it was one of those almost hush hush because I did read that he might have dropped a spoiler bomb in it. Oh, yeah. So if you don't want spoilers, don't read any articles about Dan Harmon because he might have dropped some info that he wasn't supposed to.
When does Black Panther come out? Is that the one? Is it after Guardians 2?
I think it's like 2018 right now.
Oh yeah, so that one's still quite a ways out.
So yeah, it's
quite so there's still plenty of time for them to kind of change the direction of that movie. I just can't see them going the full DC route as far as the tone goes. Like, and it's not the dark tone that makes the DC Cinematic Universe movies not good movies. It's poor direction and writing, but and I like dark movies, like the Dark Knight trilogy. Yeah. They've got dark tones to them.
It's the whole package. You need all the elements.
But with the Marvel Universe in particular, those movies all kind of have the same sort of formula, so that way they all feel cohesive in that universe. Like they all kind of, I mean, some movies are a little bit more darker, some movies are a little bit more lighthearted, but like they still have those moments of levity in there, so they all feel like they're part of the same cinematic universe.
Yeah, those same kind of quips and everything.
No links. Oh. Yeah.
After Guardians 2.
No, because it's Guardians 2, then it's the new Thor after that.
Oh yeah, Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Which that might actually be pretty dark if they're going the comic book storyline. Like if they're trying to stick to it. But then again, it might not be because they're doing Planet Hulk too.
And yeah, it's going to be kind of a...
Yeah, we'll have to
wait and see. Actually, the darkest thing I just realized would be Jessica Jones.
Yeah, but like they're
not cinematic universe, but
it's still technically part of the same universe, but it's different though. It's the Netflix verse almost like.
But that is the darkest.
That would be the darkest, or Daredevil. Daredevil's pretty dark too. But Jessica Jones would be more so just based on the storyline.
His manipulation, what he did for manipulation on all the different people and stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What else we got?
So also there was some leaked pictures of who Spider-Man's first enemy might be, and may come of a bit of a shocker to you, Dan. But it was Shocker, and so we're kind of looking at the new possible one of many villains for this film.
Well, we know it also Vulture is already confirmed as well.
Yes, exactly.
Now, is it confirmed that it's Michael Keaton playing him?
Yeah,
it is. Totally confirmed. That's so awesome. It's so
awesome. The only thing I don't like is what is with Spider-Man movies and multiple villains? do you not feel that they're strong enough to have just one villain?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't understand. It's constant. And now it's even in the hands of Marvel, and they're still doing the. I mean, Marvel can do it right, but I just don't understand this need to constantly do more than one villain.
Well, it's been kind of that way in the comics as well. He was always fighting somebody. He was the Marvel beat 'em up guy. Like, he literally would just take all the hits for everybody in the Marvel universe, it seemed like.
Yeah, it seems like most of the Spider-Man stories that I've ever read, there's always multiple villains in there.
So you got punny credit for that.
Punny credit.
Yeah, it wasn't me. It was Dan's.
I kept on joking about it ahead of time. I'm like, we got a shocking story here. Some people might find it a shocker. So be careful on how we give this information out.
I'm totally with AJ there about Mysterio.
Mysterio would be cool.
I think Mysterio would be a really cool villain if done right. And like, he would be one that I think the one villain formula. I think he could hold his own movie. Like, there's so many different ways that they could do that, and like different plots they could use for him. But like, you know, theatric, like, he totally works to hold his own movie and stuff. But the images from Shocker were pretty cool.
It looked
it looked kind of right off the page, like his design and outfit and everything, which is what you would expect coming from a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. Like, it doesn't look like fucking Electro.
Radical redesign.
And I was reading somebody, they were talking about how, you know, that's kind of his original outfit rather than his upgraded outfit, to where that's possibly an opening to where he's going to work with Vulture, and he's possibly going to help him upgrade his outfit to something a little better than, you know, some Nintendo controllers attached to it.
It's the yellow suit. It looks like, I don't know. I mean, I couldn't really. They're semi-blurred because they weren't supposed to be taken type of photographs. But from what we could see, it did look like the original Shocker suit, the yellow Shocker suit.
Yeah, it looks pretty sweet.
No. And then, so lastly is also, they have actually said that there is going to be a remake to The Crow, which, I mean, it's been on and off for years now.
They keep, different main star, different director, different writer, and just rotating.
And finally, they're like, no, this is concrete. This is what's happening.
Haven't we heard?
We're not going to change it again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Personally, I mean, I know it's the time of remakes and stuff, but the original doesn't need to be that's one that, as long as they do a completely different take and a different story, with a different representation on not the original character, I'm fine with it. But
they did actually state that this movie they're trying for, instead of like the 97, I think it was, movie, this one's going to actually be a lot closer to the comic book in how it was. They're actually going to try and stick as close as possible.
So it is still going to be Draven.
Yeah, and it's going to be, not the exact same movie, not an exact remake. They're actually going to try to.
Yeah, and it is Khal Drogo, right?
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, and played by Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
which he's playing Aquaman, and he's going to be the Crow.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
great. Good stuff.
But the Crow, I don't understand why is he going to be buffed?
Yeah,
I don't know. That doesn't really fit the character. But
see, and I don't know much about the Crow. Like, I've seen that movie, but I've never read.
I'm not stating to be an expert. I did not read. I think I read the comic once shortly after I saw the movie, but I always loved the original film, and I never watched any of the spin-off ones just because they looked horrible, and I just felt they were unnecessary. But I could be wrong.
From what I understand, they are all
I heard,
and unnecessary.
I feel like it's also, at this point, you got to wonder if the directors and actors feel like this movie might be cursed because of how the original one was.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the actor actually got shot in the film, so
yeah.
Yeah, you would think it might be a cursed film to start doing again.
Could be why it's been in development hell for so long.
Yeah, exactly.
Superstitious people, yeah. Raisin Master Race.
Yes. So now I'm Raisin Captain now. Hashtag Raisin Master Race.
You should bring a box of raisins next time.
All right. I'm going to go.
There are raisins downstairs.
I'm just gonna have raisins with me next time. Maybe I'll get a raisin shirt. No, just get a raisin costume. Just do every single stream dressed up as a raisin.
Yeah, raisin hands.
Yeah, we gotta go full costume. Now you have to make me a raisin costume. Yeah.
So before we move on, I forgot to kind of do this on the other two. Anyone have subjects to add on news stories for any of those categories?
Yeah, if anybody has any topics they want us to talk about.
Star Wars, movies, or gaming that we have not covered that you found interesting that have been in the recent weeks. That is not Kevin.
Yeah, the girl talking is not Kevin. That would be my wife, not Kevin. Oh, raisin costume?
Is that like from that 80s?
Yeah, it's
stuff?
a California Raisins 80s costume. That's
I'll do
awesome.
it. If we get a raisin costume, I'll do a stream just as a raisin.
Yeah, we're definitely doing dress up for Halloween. That's a thing. And we get two that week, so I think we should wear a different outfit each day.
I could be regular raisin on Wednesday. And then I could be Captain Raisin on Saturday.
Ah.
There you go.
Did you just put a captain's hat on?
What would you like to talk about on Rogue One to the face?
Yeah, we're getting pretty close.
We are.
Yeah.
100
days?
Yeah.
Or is it 99 now?
Well, again, it depends on the midnight showing time frame.
Mm-hmm.
It's like StarWars.com listed it yesterday at 100. So, but with preview showings, it's probably one less type of a thing. But yeah, very much excited. Love the latest trailer. If you want a great, fun 3-minute video, go to YouTube and watch Kylo Ren watches Rogue One trailer. It is hilarious. I want to give those guys a shout out because they did an amazing job with that.
Yeah, that's really funny.
It's extremely funny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, just Rogue One, just that it's awesome. And also
That's awesome.
September. That is awesome. Yes. September 30th is Force Friday. That's when all the merchandise drops.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're asking that day off of work, I'm sure.
it's a Friday, so unless my schedule changes, I should be off. I'll be at Target before opening, like I was, last year. Because our Target only got 2 of each thing, and it was me and another coworker that got. It's like, okay, there's our Rey, there's our Kylo Ren, there's this.
Didn't the employees already take the Phasma before they opened or something?
They didn't get those cases.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it's not Kevin.
Yeah, it's not Kevin.
Not Kevin.
Not Kevin is what she's going by.
Oh yeah, she does need.
She's gonna make a new account. A girl named Not Kevin.
Trash and Coco. Yeah, they have been very quiet.
Yeah, I don't know. They might have died off.
It's a sad moment.
Mm-hmm.
They were such great streamers.
Yep.
If you have not checked them out, I think most of you are regulars that have. I think I've seen you in their streams. Oh, there you are.
They're there.
No worries. Aha, we caught you sleeping on the job. No, you're fine, man. We were just realizing, we hadn't seen you in the chat for a while.
Mm.
Yeah, please do your work. Do your dirty work.
Dirty.
Your
trashy, dirty work.
Well, if we don't have any other topics, do we want to move on to pick of the week?
Pick of the week. Yes.
We're gonna need. We got something. Something's missing there. We need to add like a transition or something.
Yeah,
like
that one's like,
and
like
sparkles
and.
We already have an idea for this one actually. So
Yeah, and just what's that target? September 30th, or actually any retailer. September 30th is when all the Rogue One toys, merchandise, all the fun stuff drops. Is the last Friday, Force Friday.
Yeah.
So that's what we were talking about, and how our Target only got 2 of everything. But that was also, there was limitations on, because they were trying to hold back on the merchandise, trying not to let it get revealed last time. And so that caused delays in shipping and stuff. So now that they've actually released images of everything, they're letting some of the fans even create stop motion films with the stuff. The hope is there's not going to be a shortage of stuff like there was last year, because that was pretty sad.
But we're still in Montana, so there is a possibility.
Yeah,
Pick of the
we're
week.
not gonna
Jason is a racing costume. Dan is a white van. And Chad.
Dan in a white van? Yes.
Oh.
Wait, am I crying in the white van?
He's like out the back.
That's a really interesting van.
Wow.
Like that's a weird picture, but at the same time, it's kind of awesome.
Yeah, for the 6-inch Black Series, the only one I'm going to be picking up is the new Droid K2SO because he looks awesome. So.
Yeah, I didn't buy that many of those. I only have 2. I've got Rey and Kylo.
And then I picked up those. When Ahsoka came out recently, I picked her up, and right now I'm waiting for a Sabine from Rebels.
Mm-hmm. It's probably much easier to find those online than it is around here.
It is, yeah. So yeah, pick of the week. We're not, because we want to start incorporating more reviews and things into our show, but another way of looking out there and things that work well is hidden treasures and things that are not as well known, right? Whether it's an independent film, indie game, comic, that we feel that other members of the team haven't watched, and that chances are the audience haven't watched. What we want to do is we'll have on a Wednesday, one of us announce something, talk about it briefly, and then the following Wednesday gives enough people time to watch it or read it, play it, and then we can talk about it on our following broadcast.
And then announce the new one that week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Grab the Disney Infinity. Yeah, I did pick up a few. I got like the light up Kylo Ren with the light up saber.
Actually, I was curious. Did you play the Disney Infinity?
I did.
Obviously, of course, you did. You're Dan. But
Yeah.
like,
I was like, I'm not going to buy Infinity. Damn it, I'm buying Infinity.
Yeah, you're buying Infinity. Was it cool?
I liked it. I was having fun with it. It doesn't have a lot of longevity. But my little cousins, they're playing it to death. They're still playing it to death, and they're sad that it's going away.
I wonder what the deal was with that.
They said it wasn't enough money.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, thanks.
Girl
Thanks, the girl
named
not named Kevin.
The girl not named Kevin.
Although it cut off at the end. I'll have to fix that later.
Yeah, it's just really long names aren't fitting too well.
Yeah.
I heard that Dimensions is kind of better than Infinity because you can actually get different levels to add on as well, while Infinity didn't have
Well,
that
and then the
aspect.
other weird thing that I didn't like, my biggest complaint on Infinity is for the story-driven levels of like Star Wars, you would have to unlock characters that weren't part of that set in order to play your new figures. And I was really hoping to play Stitch in Star Wars because I love Stitch, and I couldn't. They could play around in the free area, but you could not have Stitch on the Star Wars story missions. Stitch could not be on the Death Star.
Now you can mix and match quite a bit with Lego Dimensions, though, can't you?
Exactly.
And so, being that they got the contract, I won't be surprised to hear next year.
Oh yeah, Lego Dimensions. Oh,
RSD Zombie.
Thanks for the follow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time before we see Star Wars, and that's probably ultimately why they decided to stop with Infinity. Is that
this is actually doing better financially? Because I think there's probably a lot in the development costs. Because I mean, those figures are beautiful.
Oh yeah, manufacturing is probably pretty expensive.
They're well done. They're great looking. So yeah, it probably wasn't a cheap thing to do.
And plus, they already have the Lego Star Wars brand, and those games are really fun. So it makes sense to combine the two.
Oh yeah.
But
Coulter,
Coulter, yeah, it's Coulter. Hey.
Whoa, he's got a bright green.
Yeah, it's super bright.
Damn,
Like
can barely
you read it.
All right.
So what's your pick of the week?
Pick of the week. I went with a movie. It is available on Hulu and Netflix. Years ago. Shut up. Have you watched it yet?
No, I just.
Do you know what it is? Because I have no idea what it is.
Okay.
He's been talking.
I've been talking about it. The funny thing is even before this, we decided to do this. I got on this kick of listening to the music from this movie again. So Netflix, 2009. This dropped on there. It's called Ink. Is the name of the film. It's a fantasy film. A little bit of a sci-fi edge, but it's really mostly fantasy, and I'd say like a fairy tale with a little bit of a dark edge to it, of dream makers versus nightmare makers. And so when you go to sleep, either a dream maker or a nightmare maker visits you, and that's how that happens. Found it by accident on Netflix. It said I would rate it 5 stars, and I'm like, well, crap, I'll check it out. It is very low budget. This was done by a husband and wife on a second mortgage of a home.
Wow.
For $200,000.
Super low budget.
Yeah.
And it's a fantasy movie?
It's impressive.
Wow.
It really is impressive. I mean, in some areas you can kind of tell, it's like, oh, yeah, I can tell what that is in real life type of a thing. But they made it work in the confines of the budget. I love everything about this movie. And the director, he wrote it. He also composed the score. The wife did the editing. And yeah, so after I found it, they had their website where you could help fund them, and the money went directly to them. So I bought their copy of the Blu-ray, got it signed by the director, got a t-shirt with it as well. So Ink is the subject or the pick of the week that we will talk more about after everyone else sees it.
Yeah, let's watch that.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. I've kind of been in a fantasy mood lately.
Cool.
Yeah, I've been.
So's Trash, it looks like.
So's Trash. But no, I not Kevin and I recently watched all 8 Harry Potter movies because I hadn't seen them all. And we actually did that last week. So, and then after that, I actually started playing Elder Scrolls again because I've just been kind of in a fantasy mood as far as like my entertainment goes.
And you were also talking about how you were playing Final Fantasy.
I was playing Final Fantasy VII, yeah. So
another fantasy there.
Yep. But yeah, this one looks pretty interesting. So yeah, we'll talk about this more next week.
Yeah. Again, I know for sure it's still on Hulu. I just saw it the other night. I'd be very surprised if it's not on Netflix. If either of you guys don't have either of those services, feel free to borrow the Blu-ray. But for viewers at home, Hulu, definitely. Netflix, probably. Yeah.
Cool beans.
And, it's one of those, it's like I don't have any idea what's going on for a little while, then it all falls into place. And it's even better the second time around.
My kind of pick up the pieces. Yeah.
One of those that makes more sense.
Yeah.
This time.
Okay. So, sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit. It's been a while since I've talked this long.
Yeah, we haven't had a stream in a while. Or ever.
Yeah, or ever.
Yeah. So, we're going to move on to our Geek Out game. And Geek Out, this is too cool, so let me bring that up again.
Yeah, you should probably explain how this works.
Geek Out. So
it's really sweet.
See, it's a box. It's not a box. It's a box. Okay.
Having too much fun with that.
I know, it's awesome.
Does it work okay?
Yeah.
So what Geek Out is, it's kind of a bidding war. So I'm going to just read off the categories on this card, and we're going to roll a die that's probably invisible on some sides. Oh, the card's invisible.
Oh, the
too.
card's probably totally invisible.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, totally explain the rules because I'm pretty dumb at games. So it's going to take me like a round or two to figure this out.
Sure, and that's fine. And then once we've explained the rules and we've read the first category, we're going to open up the Revlo viewpoints up for betting that you can bet on if Chad, Dan, or Jason, who's going to win tonight. So that you can earn some extra viewpoints tonight.
How many rounds are we going to do?
Let's do 3.
3 rounds? Okay.
Yep. Sound good?
Yeah, I'm good.
So
Are we going to do a practice round first before we start?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we would normally do, we roll the die. So white, I could pick any category. So let's go ahead and read all the categories here. First one, 2 video games. Oh, and please, in chat, don't respond to these because otherwise the game won't work.
Oh, they're going to respond. You guys.
I know it's hard.
You guys can respond. We just won't read it.
Yeah. So start looking down.
I'll watch.
Yeah.
2 video games based on Magna. Manga. Sorry, manga. I've never even knew how to pronounce that word. Manga. Okay. That's how I've always pronounced it. Sorry.
So you automatically fill that one.
Yeah.
We're not.
Shows. So that's the one. Dan's gonna lose. 4 actors that appear in Spider-Man films,
Oh, that's easy.
6 sci-fi ship pilots,
Nope.
4 characters from the Flintstones, 2 fictional drinking establishments, such as bars and pubs. So what we would do is we would pick the category, typically from the dice. So this one with the white, whoever rolled the dice would actually get to pick the category. And then we go into a bidding war. So like the Spider-Man film actors, it says name 4. And then I go, well, I can name 5. How many can you name?
Which one are we talking about?
Spider-Man. How many actors in Spider-Man can you name?
I can probably name like six.
6?
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I'm out. I'm not good with actors' names.
Actors' names? Okay.
I know there's that guy.
Yeah.
That guy.
There's
in
that one
film.
guy.
Yeah, there's that guy.
That
in the
one guy
film.
from the movie.
See, and then we keep on bidding because, see, right now I'm kind of going, I can see some faces, but I'm having problems thinking of their names.
No, it's actors, not characters, right?
Correct.
Okay.
See, that's the problem on this one.
Oh yeah, because characters, that's easy.
Intentionally does not respond. Thank you, Coco. Feed
somebody
keeps
else in this-
freezing.
If anybody else is having issues with the feed or the stream, let us know.
You know, I think I tried one of those Twitch options of saying try this for more real-time streaming on chat,
Mm-hmm.
and we might have to just turn that off.
Yeah.
Because that might have also been what the other problem could have been earlier,
Oh, it
too.
could have been, yeah.
I mean, it was only affecting one person, but still.
Mhm.
So actually, in this case, I'm going to go, yeah, go for it, Jason.
So
Name 5.
I have to name 5?
Yeah.
5 actors from Spider-Man? I thought I had
Oh,
6.
7, 6 or
Yeah.
6. Yeah.
6 actors
I heard 20.
from Spider-Man.
So
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how long do I have to do this?
A minute.
A minute?
Yeah. Unless you keep going, then we'll let it keep going.
Do you want me to sign it?
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. So you've got Kirsten Dunst.
Okay.
You've got Willem Dafoe. Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
Topher Grace.
Yeah.
James Franco.
Yeah.
How many is that? 5? I need one more.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's.
Oh wait, so it could be any Spider. Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
I was just thinking the original trilogy. Okay. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
six.
because you
Okay.
can go outside. I didn't think about that either.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. So technically, you would have won that round.
Sweet.
Yeah. So that's how it works. Light Sting. Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming. One of my 501sters from San Diego.
Apparently, he's also your
Ah.
father.
Yes.
It's nice to meet you, Dan's father.
Dan's dad is in the chat. Say hi to Dan's dad, everyone.
It's
Hi, Dan's dad.
and then is that Veronica? Is that how Selmy is? Chicken farts.
Chicken farts.
That's okay. All right.
Random.
Random. Okay. But it works,
How's that work?
I don't know, because it's chicken farts. Okay, so Jason, go ahead and roll.
So now we're officially starting.
We are officially. Oh, yeah. So now that you know the rules, we're going to pick what the first category is. So go ahead and see what it is. When it's yeah, you'll hit start in a sec. So red, 6 first-person shooter video games.
Oh.
So that is the first category. We're going to go ahead and open the voting up to who you think is going to win. So yeah, hit the start. And
We're gonna put prerequisites on this. Like you can't say the same genre and all their branch offs.
yeah, like Call of Duty's one.
Oh, okay, well, yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're all, if we couldn't come up with that one, it's in bad shape. So, all right. So if you, to the face, you want Jason, if you've had Revlo open, you can do, I think it's exclamation point and then Jason in all lowercase, and that should vote for him without even having to go to the page.
Are we gonna wait until the voting closes?
We are.
because it's gonna give
We
me a
are.
lot of time to think.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wait, you said 6? Is the starting?
6 is the starting
It,
number.
to the face, if you have, there you go. Or it doesn't work? Or do you have to put a value next to it as well?
I like his reaction to it in all caps.
It doesn't work.
Revlo isn't on?
Uh-oh. Maybe when I turn it on.
No, it is. It says kill Revlobot, so it should be.
Weird.
What?
It's totally working over here.
It actually hasn't popped up.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen that notification.
That's true.
Well,
Try
but
killing it and restarting it.
no, when they tried to post a link, though, it did delete that.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it deleted a link Revlo tried to post?
Yeah.
Oh, did you...
No, it's somebody else posted
Yeah,
the
somebody
link.
posted a link.
Oh, that's
Revlo
Mubot.
took it.
That's
Oh,
not
yeah.
Revlo, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's weird.
Oh,
Even
Revlo
though,
bot just... I think it just turned on.
well, I had her
Yeah.
turn it off and back on again.
Yeah.
Well, crap. So let's give everyone some points for tonight.
Well, like, how long has it been?
It's been 2 minutes.
No, but I'm saying
No.
for the start of the broadcast, if we go,
It's
sorry, technical difficulties.
You're breaking the immersion.
Oh no.
Breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, be sure to turn the camera again, so that way you view the background.
You Googling first-person shooters on your phone, Chad?
No.
Are you fucking cheating?
No, Jason, I don't have to cheat with that.
Are you sure? Because it looks like you're Googling first-person shooters on your phone.
Does this look like Google?
It,
All right,
it looks like
so-
Google.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
They've changed their layout.
so like
Trash underscore Merrill.
Chad the Cheater. That's your new name. That's what Coco says. Chad the
so-
Cheater.
15 points.
First person shooters.
The most
Yeah.
inconspicuous way ever.
Just cover my mouth.
And then,
First person
yeah,
shooters.
start doing
I
that.
like that one,
For
Trash
everyone.
Chad Vader.
okay.
And then we can start to get everyone added in there. All right, so
No.
give us just a couple minutes. We're giving everyone 15 points since it was not turned on.
That's so weird
That was
because
weird.
it was turned on.
Yeah.
Technology, right? I forgot what the topic was now. And we were just talking about first-person shooters.
Yeah, that's going to be the first one is first-person shooters.
So now each color is when I was
It's a
reading,
category.
when I was reading the instructions, like they're all similar topics.
It's like
Red
comics,
video games,
right.
Grease comics.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's geeky stuff.
Because you're geeking out.
Geek out.
Well, we're geeking in though, because we're inside the house.
This is true.
Mhm.
Am I getting I would like to have been here the whole time.
Yeah, or even recent people.
Yeah.
I'm okay for everyone that's here to try get them points.
Just be Oprah and give everybody points. You get a point. And you get a point. And you get a point.
You get a
and
point for having a point.
And you get a point. And you get a point.
And then after we get all the points assigned, we'll restart the.
He is super amped about getting them points.
Yeah. Going well, David. Thanks for joining, man.
Was that your dad?
Yeah, it's his
that
dad.
that is not Dan's dad. Yeah,
So that's not Dan's dad?
yeah. That I think Lightsting, you're gonna have to rename yourself to not Dan's dad.
But he is your dad.
If we could get any big name director in Hollywood to do a Batman movie, who would it be? Right now I'm gonna stick with Ben Affleck. I think he could do a really awesome Batman movie, and he's going to.
Uh-huh.
It's director, not actor.
He-
Or do you want
he is
him
a
to,
director.
He
you
is a
want
good
him to
director.
direct it
He
too?
is.
He's directed quite a few movies.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's gonna do a good job.
Mhm.
Thank you, Coco. Yeah, I think that will be fun. To put in the entries and then coordinate it so that they can come in and we'll redo the layout. So we'll have a Skype person. Well, I think we'll have to reopen the contest because it's only open for 3 minutes. We have to restart the contest, and
It's chaos.
it's chaos. Dogs and cats living. See, where's my soundboard?
Yep. It's
Next
chaos.
next week.
Okay, I don't know if I've missed anybody. I've gotten who was in here recently.
Okay. So everyone, if you could do that exclamation point in the VP, you can make sure you got your points.
pretty sure I've got everyone that's here right now.
This is
This is so funny.
no worries, Veronica. And actually, because you've used that name before, that's when it finally clicked after I saw David's, because I remember David's light sting.
We can just refer to her as Dan's mom.
Wow.
Your parents are both here.
Hey, mom and dad, yeah. So now if you go back to the contests, yeah. Refund and start new.
So then just hit start again?
Yeah,
Okay, it should work now.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you should be able to do the voting now. Either clicking on that Revlo link to go over to it. But exclamation point Jason, exclamation point Dan, exclamation point
The
Chad,
other dude.
other dude. No worries. Yeah, because this is optional. This is for you can save up those viewpoints because we're going to have other contest prizes and things. This is just if some people want some extra ones.
One person has entered.
Excellent.
Cool, so it works. So we gotta wait 2 minutes. We should shorten that time. It gives us too much time to think of topics. I have a lot in my head, but then again, I don't because I already forgot them.
Yeah, that's the problem with this game. They're like, okay, go. And you're like,
Yeah, so we're going to do 3 rounds of the Geek Out.
So are they voting for every single round?
No, just as a whole.
Oh, so they're voting as a whole.
They only get
game.
a sneak preview on the first question.
Oh, gotcha.
They're not going to know what the other ones. Betting on
Put
the
a bet
raisin.
betting down.
So, yeah, and then so Trash, whoever you want to vote for.
Ooh.
I think you might have to do lowercase, David. Yes, voting who's going to win all 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Or the most, 2 out of 3 type of thing.
Don't vote for me. I'm gonna lose. I'm so gonna lose. I've looked at
These are tough because
I've
you
looked at a lot
have
of
them
these cards,
and then you actually start playing it under pressure, it goes away.
after reading like 15 of these cards, I feel like a terrible nerd because like there's so much on there that I'm like, no way. I couldn't even name what the card says.
All right.
It's definitely been
Like, what is this?
vendors. There's been like 5 people.
Jason's a silent.
Because, Trash is voted,
Well, but I think
and it only says 2 people have voted. Like, it got 2 faces, and then somebody else's. I think it got your dad's.
because
The other ones haven't shown up.
That's definitely sticking, by the way.
so
Yeah. It's your dad.
butthole. So we, because there's 2 for me, 1 for Jason.
I'd vote for Butthole too if I was watching.
Yeah, it just says there's been 2 entries.
But it
Weird.
shows higher up at the top.
Yeah, it looks
Because
nice.
somebody used 3.
Oh, so but how do you? So when you do that underscore Chad, do you have to put a?
I don't know.
Dang it! This is why it's the first broadcast. Sorry. Aw,
Switch to Chad. Sad Chad.
Rad Chad, ultra sad.
Yeah, that's an awesome
Um,
superhero name.
Underscore or I mean exclamation point rules should maybe also, or info.
Well, the way Two-Face did it, he did the exclamation point and then Jason Oliver picked the
Right.
lowercase. And that worked,
Yeah.
which is what other people are doing, so I don't really understand.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's probably just dumb.
All right. Well, we know who voted. We can scroll back through.
Since this is our first stream,
Yeah.
I say like
Everyone's going to get bonus
everybody
points.
gets points.
Yep.
You
All
get
right.
points.
Okay.
Let's just go.
Here we go.
So now
Sorry.
we have to say how many did the cards
Exclamation
say?
point stuff. Exactly. Yeah. I'll have a cheat sheet next time. It was stupid of me not to have that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many did the card say?
6.
6 is just So you wanted to start the bidding at 6, or do you want to go higher?
Yeah, I'll start the bidding at 6.
I could do 7.
8.
So if I can't do higher than 8, can I just say 8? Or do
No,
I
you'd
have to say I
to-
either have to say 6 or go 9?
You'd have to go up. Yeah.
I could probably do. No, I'm sticking at 6.
You said how many?
8.
8. Nah, you go for it, Dan.
Name 8.
Ah! Dang it. All right. So you ready with the timer?
Yes.
Okay.
You get a minute.
Yeah. All right. It'll keep going as long as I'm not stumbling. All right.
You got it. Okay.
Call of Duty.
No, you can't say Call. You said that in the beginning.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
Call
yeah.
of Duty.
Yeah,
I agree.
Fine. Resistance. Borderlands.
I guess I could have named 9.
Given enough time, anybody could name it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. See, this is horrible. What's that new stupid one that they ripped off?
30 seconds.
You're gonna lose some points here, Dan.
Yeah, I'm not doing good. I was hoping that someone was going to go higher. That was all I was trying to do. I was not trying to win this round.
Yeah, no, that's what I did.
I know.
You're welcome.
Ah,
You fell for it again.
yeah.
Is he done? It's got to have been 30 seconds.
I'm just going to let it go.
10 seconds?
I lose.
You got 2.
You only got 2 first-person shooters? Man.
No, trust me, when you try it,
Yeah,
you'll
as soon as
notice.
then they'll
it
go,
just kicks in.
they
You're
go
just
like-
like, I don't remember anything of what I was
It's funny.
thinking.
Your brain
Alright.
goes blank.
Somebody else go.
All right. Roll it.
So, like, when you lose, nobody else has to come in and try to do it, right?
Right.
Okay.
I think we had like a house rule, like if you
do
could like
one more.
do more than it, like right off the bat, then you
Without
can get,
naming the ones that they just named?
right.
Oh, okay.
So can you do that?
Without naming the ones that you just named?
I only named 2.
Try to name 8 without
Yeah.
using those ones?
Mhm.
I thought it
Okay.
was just like if we had any more.
Here, I'll go. Halo. Battlefield. Counter-Strike. Half-Life. Bioshock. Wolfenstein. Doom. Killzone. There's 8.
Bam. So you get positive points.
15 seconds.
Nice. Good job.
Wait, 15 seconds left or 15 seconds total?
No, total.
Oh, sweet.
Okay. All right.
Oh. Look at this show off.
Yeah.
I'm only ever gonna be able to get video game cards. Anything else, I'm never gonna get.
Yeah, some of them get really ridiculous.
No, this game is so tough under pressure. It
I'm
is
surprised you didn't at
ridiculous.
least get Fallout.
I don't know. I guess I could have. That doesn't seem like that.
Fallout 4 is definitely a first-person shooter.
All right. Fair enough.
Well, you could switch though.
Yeah.
Like it's not a sole first person.
Fallout 4 is a sole first-person shooter.
You can switch to third.
Nobody plays the game like that.
No.
Yeah, well, there's some people.
If you play it that way, you're playing.
And I play with VATS. I don't use the. Oh God. 4 films in which Harrison Ford appears.
You can't just name every Star Wars.
No, I know.
movie.
It's one
Only
per genre.
One Star Wars movie.
Did
Oh, who's that?
We got a new follower. Flame
Thanks
Boy,
for the follow,
welcome.
Flame Boy.
Welcome. Yay.
Woo!
Let's see. 4 films with Harrison Ford.
So you have to say if you can name 4 or more, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do 4.
7.
7.
He always jumps it with it.
Yeah, I'm bowing out in this one. I can't. Nope.
These are all like your
Can't.
favorite films that have him in there. So it's like,
But if you can only name one from like
And
each genre,
right, and
that's
I'm horrible
hard.
under pressure.
I can name 4 Harrison Ford films, but they'd all be.
I'll let you take it, Dan.
At 7?
Yeah, 7.
Yeah.
All right. Indiana Jones, Star Wars, Regarding Henry, 6 Days, 7 Nights, Blade Runner, Clear and Present Danger. What's that?
Kevin, not Kevin.
Yeah, the Fugitive. That's 7.
Can I say mine?
You know, what, was yours Age of Adeline?
Yes.
Yeah, of course it was.
All right, so I'm still at -1 point.
You've redeemed yourself, Dan.
Yeah.
Way to go.
No, because for a while when VHS was still a thing, I was collecting all his movies.
Yeah, see, that's why I wasn't even going to compete with you.
I didn't
I
even
was
name
like-
some of my favorites.
I was like, no.
Yeah, all I could name would be Star Wars and Indiana Jones.
Star Trek background.
Dennis the Silent.
that's from Star Trek Beyond. Yeah. All right, final category.
Roll.
My pick.
You pick.
You keep cheating on that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Know how to roll that dice.
All right, so just to kind of share with everyone, I'm going to read them all off here. 4 video games in which you can play a female protagonist. 4 comic book titles in which the Flash appears. No, definitely not.
No.
4 films in which computer hacker appear. 4 films that take place in the Middle Ages. 4 fictional television shows. Oh, like a show within a show.
Oh
man.
That's tough.
Oh man. Ooh-wee.
Man, it's like none of those are.
Those
easy.
are tough.
This is what I mean about this game. Like, these cards are ridiculous.
Holy cow.
It's a tough game.
Even if you get to pick it, whatever.
Yeah,
you
no
want.
no kidding, right? So I'm gonna go with 4 films with computer hacker, and I'm gonna start at 4.
4 films with a computer hacker? Hold on. Yep, totally. Yep, exactly.
What?
No. Same slide. Yeah, that's right. Except no. Not.
See,
Um,
my name is yeah.
I can do 4.
So you'd have to, in order. All right,
Oh, so
you'd have to go 5.
I'd have to go 5. I can't go 5.
It's like I can totally do it. I'm not gonna memorize them though. It's gonna happen, I know. Go for it.
What are you people doing to me?
It's just funny. You keep
All right.
going for it.
All right,
All right.
4 movies with a computer hacker in them.
Matrix, Swordfish, GoldenEye, Lawnmower Man 2.
Is that even real?
Yes,
What was that
it's
name?
Lawnmower Man 2, Lost in Cyberspace or some crap. It was a horrible sequel.
You
Do
do
these
know
have to
there's
be
a film literally called Hackers
I
that's
could-
about nothing
The
but
funny
hackers.
thing is, that's the one I was trying to think of. I'm like, what's that one that's
What's that?
popular with the hackers in it?
What's that Hackers movie? I don't remember.
I think you got him. You got 4. I don't even know
Yeah.
what the name of the
Lawnmower Man 2. It was a horrible sequel to Lawnmower Man.
Lawnmower Man 2.
See, the ones I was thinking of is that and Elysium
Oh.
also had hackers.
Oh,
in
and
it.
Johnny Mnemonic. See, after the pressure's off, they start
Yeah.
coming out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Lawnmower Man 2.
I hate
Beyond
this game.
Cyberspace. Can this be pick of the week next week?
No, we don't want.
11% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I would say to the first one, yes. The second one's horrible. Oh no, it's bad.
2.4 out of 10 on IMDb. Would not be.
So wondering if you have a boyfriend.
Yes, I do have a boyfriend. Yes,
He's pretty hot.
he is also kind of cute. Yes.
That's him right there.
I'm pretty sure that's Parker. Just so you know.
Oh, is that Parker?
yeah, because
Yeah.
he asked me what the link is.
That would make sense.
That would make sense. Those are Parker comments.
Yep.
Yeah.
Already been called.
You've been out. You've been outed. All right.
Unless it's not
So,
Parker.
Jason, you actually win with 1 point because
Yes.
I'm at 0
Awesome.
because my -2 negates that.
Awesome.
So you,
I win.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Woo.
Congra- Jason wins tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Ethan.
Ethan.
Really?
No, it's
Oh.
not. No, it's not Ethan.
So anyway, on Saturday night, we are going to be doing Super Fight instead of Geek Out.
I'm so much better at that game.
Super Fight is a lot of fun.
This game's hard as fuck.
This game
It
is hard.
is. That game's great because you just debate the whole time.
And it's Shannon. Now
Yeah, it's gotta be
it's
Parker.
it's Parker.
There's no way.
Well, it could actually be them because he asked me.
Kevin, can you
to
go back
play
to the
Yeah, it
watch.
could. Yeah.
stream?
He's just watching
It
at
could be.
work.
What's up?
Oh, I
What are
didn't
we looking
even-
at?
I didn't even realize that we put the voting up on screen. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that was the other alert thing I set up.
You
But-
can turn that one off.
The Twitch. There's a Revlo.
Rebel.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can turn that one off.
turn both of those off.
Or-
There we go. Okay.
Change.
All right.
Wow, Ethan actually texted me. That's surprising.
It is. It was Ethan.
But it's probably also the other ones.
Oh, it's all over.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
all of them.
Oh man.
They're just
Look out.
watching at work.
Later, AJ.
Later, AJ.
Bye.
Yeah, we're getting ready to sign off too.
Yeah.
Does anyone in the audience have any last words of wisdom, emotional outbursts out there?
I don't think so. I don't have anything.
Is your room also 500 degrees? Right.
Yeah, it's
now?
pretty hot in here. It's been
It
a
is.
while since we've been in a really hot room like this.
Yeah,
It's
like
with
a
more
sauna.
lights.
Yeah, a lot more lights.
It's like a sauna.
A lot hotter. Yeah, you can switch it. Thanks
Thank
for the
you,
follow,
Lightsting.
Thank you.
Very
Or
good.
welcome.
Chad, take your shirt off.
What?
No, my
That
shirt
that
is
goes
nuts.
against the Twitch terms and conditions. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's like asking me to eat a banana right now.
You can do that though. We'll change it to public eating.
No, but no. Social eating, you cannot eat bananas.
You can't eat bananas in social eating.
No, that's the one banned.
That's one of the things you can't do
Why?
because people.
People took advantage of it.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
yeah. No eating bananas on Twitch.
You can eat anything suggestively. It doesn't have to be just a banana.
Eat some grapes.
Exactly. I could sit here. And
Three
eat
hot boys
raisins,
in the
and it'd be
room.
really suggestive.
With your raisin.
Yeah, I could sit in a
Ooh.
raisin costume and eat raisins suggestively. That should be one of our streams.
Just sitting
Aw,
in
you
raisin.
upset Coco.
You're not a titty streamer.
Isn't a titty streamer. I'm sorry.
So yeah, thank you so much for everyone for our first broadcast, putting up with our couple little hiccups. We know what to fix on our next go around.
Mhm.
We're going to keep it fresh, so there will be some different things. We're always going to be having news stories from all over the place, Star Wars games. What?
I mean, I guess
No,
It had to happen sometime.
we could, but we probably won't.
no.
Yeah.
I've already seen it once.
Even dedicating the points, that would still be this being Twitch. Yes, we are twits.
What a twits.
What the twits? And so Saturday night, yeah, we're going to be having the super fight.
Mhm.
More news, more fun. We're probably going to do a focus point on Saturday as well.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, this was a fun first stream. Thanks,
Yeah.
thanks everybody for hanging out.
and,
Back in a couple days.
yeah, we don't know where we're going to be yet, so stay tuned.
Wait, don't know where we're gonna be.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we might be traveling
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yes, and our chefs.
Again, these people still haven't moved. Pretty weird.
Yep.
They're just addicted. They can't get
Thank you, Coco.
Yep.
Felt a little off, but yeah, first stream.
It'll be better on.
We'll get there.
Thank
Whatever.
you.
Yeah.
Whatever day. I don't
Yeah.
even know what day it is. Is it Wednesday?
Who am I? Where am I? Amnesia.
All right, later, everybody.
See ya.
Thanks for watching.